In this episode of Dentside Depot, we're going to solve a big problem on Crown Vic swapped F100s and F150s. We're also going to be installing RideTech's Crown Vic swap coilover front suspension kit, along with some new upper control arms to fix the major problem that this truck has. So let's get into it. Before I talk about the products we're going to be installing today, let's take a look at the problem with this particular truck. This is the Crown Vic F150 that I swapped a couple years ago, and it's been driven a few thousand miles since, and we definitely discovered some issues with it after putting some miles on it. This front suspension was never really designed for a big pickup truck. So you can see the problems that have occurred during that time period. The struts have blown out, the upper ball joint has failed. I think the wheel bearings are actually bad because I bought cheaper ones, so we're going to replace those. But really the whole geometry of the front suspension, although okay, was definitely not equipped or designed for a heavier pickup truck and a heavier load that the truck has. So here's what we're going to do to fix it. I bought these upper control arms from Outcast Auto Works. They're a redesigned geometry that are also adjustable, and they're specifically designed for Crown Vic swap trucks. So we're going to get those on, better ball joints, better geometry. That should fix a lot of our issues. But the biggest thing that we're going to do to fix the problem that we have is we're going to use RideTech's Crown Vic front coilover suspension system. Now, obviously meant for Crown Victorias, the Panther chassis, but we can definitely use it here for our F-150, and this will allow for adjustment within the suspension. And obviously this is going to be way better than some cheap Chinese quick strut that I got off of the internet. So I'm really excited to be installing these parts today. I know RideTech's a great brand, which is why I definitely wanted to use these particular products. So before we get this assembled, and we'll put this together here today on film, on camera, let's go ahead and get, let's get the Crown Vic, let's get one side tore down and see what we got before we put the struts together. All right, so we get the whole caliper assembly out of the way here. Well, some of these parts are bad, they're at least all new. So the bolts and the nuts are coming out real easy. Unbolted pretty easily. That's all the movement we got there. Control arm nuts. All right, see how easily it comes out. Control arm up. Beautiful. All right, this is only coming out this easy because obviously I've had this front end apart in the last couple of years, and I replaced all the hardware and everything's been lubricated with anti-seize and everything else. So there's that, everything taken down, everything's good. So I think what we can do at this point is let's go ahead and get the RideTech equipment put together. Okay, now we're ready to put our coilover assembly together here, and you're going to be amazed by how super amazingly easy this is. So step number one, all we need to do is just insert this collar on the bottom of the coilover. When you're doing this, there's a Delrin washer that goes on the bottom, and that'll obviously help to not gall the threads on the coilover assembly itself. There we go, we're just going to thread it on. You don't need to worry about getting it in any specific position yet. Just leave it on there just like that. Okay, next step. This little piece right here, we want to click this all the way to the firmest setting like so. And that's the other nice thing about this, is you have adjustments. And then we're going to remove, whoops, we're going to remove the cap of the assembly, because that's how we're going to get the top piece on for the spring retainer. Okay, now our spring is just simply going to insert over like this into the bottom right there. And now we can put the top piece on. Now the top piece, same thing. It has a Delrin washer that you want to make sure that you get on there. That again will help to not gall the threads and help with adjustments. Okay, so there we go, that's in there. And then the last piece right here is this little clip. And that's just going to easily slip over and on right there, just like that. Okay, now I'm just going to take this assembly, move it up into position a little bit here. There we go, and now I'm going to tighten the bottom collar and put a little bit of tension on the spring so it'll be easy to put together. And you can see this bolt right here is not yet in. You want to leave that out for right now, because we want to set the ride height before we go putting that in. Okay, and I got a little bit of tension on the assembly. Last thing we need to do is remember to put our adjustment knob back on. Make sure you have it clocked correctly, and obviously do not over tighten the retaining pin for the cap. I'm just doing hand tight, just like that. Okay, and I'm just going to leave that at the firmest setting for right now, and you can see that was literally, what, 2 minutes of work, not even. And our coil assembly is ready to go in, but we have one more thing we need to do here before we put it in. We now need to move on to getting the retaining plate done. So for this, it's very simple. We need this nut and this bolt, and I'm going to bolt this together. So this plane right here is parallel with this plane right here per the directions. Okay, and my bolt is going through this side like that, and this nut has a nylock on it, so you don't need to use any thread locker. So I'm going to tighten it down and we'll be ready to put it on the truck. Okay, now we're ready to install our top plate. The plate just simply goes up here from the bottom, and then you're just dropping your bolts in like so, and then you're putting the nylock nuts on from the bottom. So very simple, very easy to figure out. And I think another advantage that we're going to have here is I think I can put the strut in, but then also get the control arm bolts in after, excuse me, the coilover is already in. So that's going to be a nice little advantage here for us with this system. That definitely makes things easier, especially for alignment purposes. Taking advantage of that system would definitely be a big help. Yes, I don't think there's going to be any interference here with this system. So now if I want to adjust my control arms later on, I'll be able to pull them in and out, which definitely will be a huge advantage, another benefit. So let's get this tightened down here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you can see with the kit, there's various bushings that are supplied to put your kit together. So I'm going to put the top on first because I think there's going to be plenty of space. So we want to use the smaller ones here that go in the top, and that's going to get it into this housing with the right spacing. Clearly, when you're doing this, you want to have your adjustment knob facing out so you can easily access it when you're doing suspension changes to your kit. Okay, there we go. And this is a fine threaded nylock as well. I'm just going to leave this loose for right now. These are supplied, these T-fittings are supplied, and they go in the lower control arm because they're going to be replacing the factory bolts. So it just goes in just like that, and it changes the ID of the bottom of the control arm so it's going to fit correctly. I kind of realized that you pretty much have to put the bottom in first. So I got those spacers on the coil over here, and now it should go right together without any issue. Put that in. Whoops. And definitely make sure you're putting the control arm spacers in too, because that keeps it all set into place. Okay, so that all looks good. So now we're going to get our control arms on. And I also zipped out the wheel bearings because I'm definitely not happy with those. So those will be replaced. So let's go ahead and get these into position here and on. And of course I have anti-seize all over my gloves already. That's tradition. So now I'm going to bring that control arm down to complete the unit, and then install the control arm into the upper position using a floor jack. I can just get the coilover into position, bring the floor jack up, and get it to the right height, and I'm all set. Get the bolt on loosely, nut on loosely. And now that assembly is complete and ready to go, and that definitely looks really, really awesome. So what I'm gonna do now is, I went ahead and got new wheel bearings, so I'm gonna throw the wheel bearings in, I'm gonna hook the sway bar links up, I'm gonna get the control arm bolted all the way down. You can see it's fixed our ridiculous angle that we had before with these new upper control arms. I got to tighten those down and tighten the coilover. Then we'll get the wheels on it, we'll put it on the ground and see what it looks like. Okay, and everything is installed, and wow, what a difference. This truck was having major drivability concerns with the cheap Chinese struts and the cheap Chinese upper control arms that just were not able to handle this particular setup. So you can now see how awesome the RideTech coilovers fit in. Of course, they haven't been adjusted. I had to hit them with a spanner wrench and get the ride height correct at some point. But the control arms before, we had this extreme angle right here that was stressing the ball joint out. And you can now see that our ball joint is nice and happy in its new position with these new control arms. And also, the coilovers help this as well, because they're really helping to put the truck at the correct ride height, which is really what I needed. And then in addition, I got brand new Timken hubs installed, so I'm not getting any wobble in the wheel, and everything is nice and tight. And of course I can adjust the control arms and adjust the ride height and get everything even better if I need to. But this is such an improvement, and it's pretty amazing. We are 3 days into this build, and in those 3 days, we've taken the whole front clip off, we've removed the entire powertrain, we have all brand new RideTech front suspension plus upper control arms done. That is all ready to go, so the engine's actually ready to be reinstalled at this point, or the new engine, I should say, is ready to be installed. Now you're gonna see more RideTech content with this truck because I'm currently finishing up swapping in the Crown Victoria rear end. You will see that once the truck is close to being done, because I can't weld the purchase until I have my pinion angle and my final ride height set. So you will see that. The 351 Windsor is underneath the engine bag and ready to be installed this weekend. But 3 days into this project, and we've already made significant progress. If everything goes to plan, this truck will be done in the next few weeks, and it'll be back on the road and driving better than ever. So special thanks to RideTech. Amazing parts, exactly what I like to use on all of my performance builds. So definitely check out the links below. Even if you don't have a Crown Vic truck, maybe you have some other setup, you can definitely grab a set of RideTech coilovers to make your ride exactly what it needs to be. Thank you for watching this episode of Dentside Depot. Remember to like and subscribe and keep restoring those classic trucks.